Welcome to another episode of All Stuff Film. I'm Marcel Dorian, actor, director, sometimes writer and producer, and today I will talk to you about distribution. Now, I received all sorts of questions regarding this somewhat evasive topic, and even though I'm by no means an authority on the matter, I will try to shed some light on it. You finished your movie. Great. Now what? Well, if you have an indie on your hands with no big names attached, chances are you haven't pre-sold your film, right? So I will talk to you about different options and distribution models. Number one, the festival circuit. Let's say you get into a tier 1 festival like Cannes, Sundance, Berlin or Venice, and you win an award there. Maybe, just maybe, one of the big streaming platforms or distribution companies might step in and offer you an MG, which is a minimum guaranteed payment. And that's awesome, but that's also the best case scenario. It's not something you can realistically count on, because even though you might get into a festival like this, you might not be offered a distribution deal. There have been plenty of movies that screened at Sundance and did not secure distribution, unfortunately. So this should not be your only option. Option number 2. You can try contacting the distribution companies yourself. Some might look at your screener, some might not. In my experience, about 1 in 10 companies will actually look at a film that doesn't have big names or big awards attached. But let's say they do, and they like it, and they offer to distribute it. Do not rush into signing a contract. Why? Well, because some distribution companies might want the exclusive rights to your film for 10 years or more. That means that for 10 years or more, you will not own the rights to your own film. So unless you receive like a big MG, then you should consider whether or not you want to sign the rights over. Also, you want to make sure that the distribution company will actually push the film in the first years while it's fresh. Now, another thing to look out for in a distribution deal is the expenses clause. If there is no limit on them, then a distribution company can charge you a lot of money on top of their commission. Let me give you a bad case scenario. Your film sells 10,000 units for 50 grand. You look at the numbers, you do the maths, and you think you're owed about 40 grand. But then you receive a check for 3,000 and you don't know why. Well, that's because the distribution company charged you various expenses that were not contractually capped. So my suggestion is that before you sign anything, talk to filmmakers who have previously worked with these companies just to see if they did right by them. You can usually find contact details on IMDb Pro. Now, if you don't have an IMDb Pro account, you should definitely get one, because you can find all sorts of contact information there for indie filmmakers, production companies, distribution companies, you name it. Now, with Introspectum Motel, we did our homework, we reached out to fellow filmmakers, and some of them told us that they would probably not work with certain distribution companies in the future. So, do your homework. Option number 3, self-distribution. Now, if your film is a low-budget one, there are ways of self-distributing and recouping your investment. You can find all sorts of information about self-distribution on the internet on various filmmakers' forums. There are also aggregators out there who can work with you to get your film on certain platforms for a fee, of course. So, once again, chat with fellow filmmakers and learn about the terms and conditions of these aggregators. Now, whichever way you want to go, make sure you do your homework. You spend so much time and energy and passion and perhaps even money on the film that you owe yourself to do some digging about the companies you might work with. There are also Facebook groups and internet articles about various distribution companies and distribution models. Now, I hope this was useful. And if you guys have other questions about filmmaking, send them to me, email address in the description below. And if you enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button. All Stuff Film was sponsored by Momentum Candles. Guys, check out their Etsy store. they have amazing gift ideas. Thank you for watching. Keep dreaming, keep pushing, you will get there. I hope to see you soon.